Hey guys, it's Mia here, and welcome back once again to another show review. Now, today we are going to be talking about 3below or 3below, I'm not really sure. People say it either way. Now, this is actually the second in a trilogy of three, being the first one being Trollhunters Tales of Arcadia, and the third one being Wizards. Now, I know that 3below came out before Wizards, but I honestly, the first time I tried to watch it, I stopped watching it because I was not enjoying it. And then when Wizards came out, I absolutely fell in love with the story and the character of Dixie. And he's 19, so do not come for me in the comments. So, I'm going to talk about the characters like I always do before I get into what the show is about. So, you have our main characters, Krell, in both his alien form and his human form that he uses to blend in with us humans when he is here on Earth. Now, Krell is the prince of his home planet, and he is the tech whiz of the group. Anything technical that you need help with, he will be there to help you. And also, he has this dream that he found here on Earth about him being a DJ. So, not only is he technically adept, but he likes to spin some bars too. Now, then you have his sister, Aja, who is the princess of her planet and also has to have a human form in order to blend in with us humans. Now, Aja is kind of not the exact opposite of Krell, but where Krell would rather sit down and tinker with technology, she's a warrior princess. She wants to be on the front lines fighting where she is needed. So, she kind of bugs our other main character, Varvatos Vex, in order to train her. Now, Varvatos is their trainer and their guardian and their bodyguard pretty much. And on Earth, he acts as like their grandfather, looking like a piddly old man compared to his big buff self. So, where Varvatos kind of serves as their protector, he is one of the main reasons I did not enjoy this show so much. Now, don't get me wrong, he's a fine character. He's got good character depth and good character development. That's not what I'm talking about when I mean he's an annoying character in my mind. What I'm talking about is the fact that he is constantly talking about himself in the third person and constantly screaming about how he wants to kill everyone and everything. The joke really ends up wearing off fast, and it starts to get really grating on the nerves. And he is one of the main reasons I stopped watching the show at first, because every time he opened his mouth, I just wanted to fast forward through it, or like completely stop watching the show altogether, because it just got that grating to me. So I really don't like that. I don't like when characters constantly refer to themselves in the third person, and the joke of him wanting to kill everything and give everything a glorious death really wore off fast, and he says it a lot through the series. Now, this is an odd character, but I like her. Her, I don't know. And that's Mother, the mothership, and kind of serves as an AI guide to our main characters. And I never thought I would actually like an AI character, but Mother is so well written. She's so sweet. She constantly treats Krell and Aja as if they really are her kids. and she will do anything, even sacrifice herself, to protect Aja and Krell. And it's just so sweet. And she's the only I ever felt sad that got hurt. Like, oof. So, those are really our main characters of the show. Toby and Claire and Steve and Palchuk aren't really in it all that much, and the only time we see Jim is on like a 10-second phone call, so he can't really be counted as a character at all in this, which kind of sucks because he's the character that started this whole franchise. So he only got like a 10-second cameo in the first, or in this one, because he was out fighting with Merlin. So I already talked about why I don't like Vervatos and how he was a big thorn in my side this whole show. But then you get to General Mirando. Now, unlike our two main leads, General Mirando doesn't give a damn about disguising himself as human because he sees us as lesser beings, as weak. His main goal is to get the prince and the princess, or Krell and Aja. He doesn't give a damn about anything else except that goal. So he doesn't care if we see him or not. So he ends up teaming with this human Area 59B general in order to kind of sort of ally himself with us humans and kind of use us to get like a safe space and better weapons and a better lay of the land. He's not partnering with us because he sees us as equals, but because he sees us as useful because we know the land when he doesn't. So he completely like brainwashes this already crazy general lady, and she just goes nuts trying to help him kill our two main leads. And I feel like she wasn't needed at all. I mean, granted, I like seeing her in her armor. Some of the scenes with her are kind of funny, but we don't always need a human antagonist. We get it. Humans have darkness in them. People can be evil, conniving, gross, disturbing. We get it. We don't always need a human antagonist. She felt like a piddly little mini-boss compared to the final boss. She wasn't necessarily needed. Now, here comes my issue with the show and another reason I didn't like it. There are so many shows and movies that talk about aliens that have them with either their planet is dying or being taken over, so they gotta flee and they end up coming to our piddly little Earth and trying to either take it over or blend in with us. This concept for aliens has been done to death, and it makes me upset because he had such original ideas with troll hunters and with wizards. Even though Wizards was built around the Camelot legend and Excalibur and Arthur and Merlin, he rolled with that and made his own organic story with these different characters that were added into that world. But this one just feels like another one of those copy and paste alien invasion stories. I mean, you have Race to Witch Mountain. Pick which one of them. You have, like, Terminator, you have Predator, you have Alien, you have Superman, Supergirl. There's plenty of other examples of alien movies and shows where they have to flee their planet for one reason or another, so they end up here. It's just overused and overdone, and with his creativity, I feel like he could have come up with a much better story than that. And not to mention, the finale was kind of anticlimactic. I didn't like it. But the animation, once again, is absolutely stellar. Whoever designed the characters, and especially the armor, you do an amazing job. The armor looks stellar through all three shows. That hasn't changed. And the voice acting, once again, nailed it. And the writing for Veratos was not the voice actor's fault. I know he had a script to go on, but my goodness, they could have went a different direction with Veratos. He drove me nuts. And other than the Veratos and the simple alien plot, it's an enjoyable show, and if you just want to tune out of the world for a little bit and watch a good show, you can throw this one on. I mean, it's nothing to get too invested in, but you will enjoy it all the same. So, with these three being done, I will say that my favorite is definitely Wizards, because I've always loved the King Arthur and Excalibur legend, and just the way he built around it felt really organic and real. And I loved the character of Duxie and how he kind of became a mentor to Claire. And on top of that, I loved seeing Morgana come back. Morgana was my favorite villain of Troll Hunters, and we got to see her more and more, and you kind of end up feeling really bad for her by the end of the show. You'll have to watch it to know. But on top of that, with all of that said, just Wizards felt very real. Like you could take Duxie right out of the show and plop him into real life with you. And the whole dynamic of it kind of serving as a prequel and a sequel to Troll Hunters and this whole series was kind of really cool. Because it's clearly a sequel and the ending bit of this whole trilogy, but it serves simultaneously as a prequel, and that was really well done as well. So Wizards definitely takes the cake as my favorite out of the three, and 3below takes the end and the worst spot for me, just because it is such a generic theme, and because of Arvatos and the secondary antagonist. So all that said, I think it's a good watch and you should check it out anyway, and maybe those things that I pointed out that I didn't enjoy won't bother you. So check it out. Hope you have a good time, and I hope to see you next time. Bye guys!